Pete, if you had to bet 1 year's salary on Urban Meyer coaching or not coaching again, what would you take?
It's a good question, Chris. I would probably bet it on coaching, and it's all hinging on health. And that's obviously a more difficult variable to predict than sort of the whims of human nature. But I do think he's sincerely wanting to step away, and I do think he's had some significant health issues. And at a certain point, I think he hit a crossroads where continuing to coach was diminishing his own health and long term. So, but look, that will be the single biggest question looming over college football for the next few years. As soon as some coach loses a game, everyone's going to link Urban. It's just going to continue to linger there, and it'll be fascinating. He's a like all prolific winners, he's just an unbelievably driven and competitive guy. And typically when people who fit that profile walk away and they're still young and they still have good years in them, I think Urban's 54, they end up coming back.
You've covered Urban Meyer for a long time. You mentioned his health issues. How would you compare his health issues now to the health issues that forced him to step away and eventually come back when he left Florida?
Oh, I don't know, Chris. I mean, I went to Syracuse. I'm not a doctor. I don't have X-rays. Like, you can't do that.
That's just a little bit rude. That's just mean, Pete. That's just mean. You're just being mean now.
Well, I just think people have unfairly derided him, especially people who cover the NBA and don't actually know a lot about college.
Wow.
Look, you can't.
Thanks for joining me, Pete. That's Pete Thamel.
No, I just think there's this underwriting cynicism where the guy was sick, man. The guy's a cyst in his brain, and I just think there's been an undercurrent of a narrative of, he loses a game and he's going to quit and all that. I just think look, the guy has health issues, and you can't compare him,
I'm not doubting the health issues. All I'm wondering is if it's more severe, if it's he left Florida and the contention then was that he was done. If it's the same type of health issue, if being ill for the second time resonates more with him and makes him more concerned about going back, because we both know his competitive fire, it's going to make him tough to sit on the sidelines for that long.
Yes, I don't argue with that at all. And I think the variables that, if that itch comes back, the variables that will determine it would be based on health. And that's out of my threshold to speculate on. And my very limited intellectual threshold, as you're well aware of.
He's Pete Thamel, college football writer, Yahoo Sports. He's kind of a jerk, and he joins us here on the Dan Patrick Show. One last question about Urban Meyer, Pete. What about USC? Would that appeal to Urban Meyer?
I don't know. I don't know. I like how one of our bar conversations is now just tearing over to the radio.
Absolutely. This is what we do.
Yes, this is our friend Rob McClanahan's definitely listening to this and laughing right now. Look, that is a job that could open next year. There's no question about that. They would owe Clay Helton piles and piles and piles of money, and also his staff, because they're all on longer deals, piles and piles and piles of money. So that's maybe what inhibited that job from opening last time, and it could again. Look, that is the very. If USC starts 1-2, I don't know their schedule off the top of my head, that will be one of the defining narratives of the early part of the next college football season. And, just generally speaking, a coach like that isn't going to go take the Minnesota job, right? Or a mid-lane job in a big conference. Someone who is one like that is used to the spoils of a bigger place. So, yeah. But it is never dull with Urban Meyer, who will remain almost just as present off the sideline as on it, I have a feeling.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.